Alrighty, guys. Just gonna go ahead and get things started here. Alright, so yeah, we have a legendary trailer tonight, of course. We can take a look at the calendar and see. So the trailer, or at least the banner, is going to be on the 30th. So tonight is going to be the trailer, and then tomorrow is going to be the data mine, and then the reset right after that, we will get the banner. So what's going on, guys? What's up in the chat? Pigeon Leader says, God dang, thumbnail made me think I missed something. And I thought legendary male Shez to come out, only to realize it's base male Shez. Yeah, well, as far as who the legendary hero is going to be this time, it seems like red is what the color might be. I'm thinking like either red or colorless. So if it's red, it seems like Shez could be a possibility. They did female Shez already, so if they want to finish up, they could just drop like male Shez. Zeph Tatos says, Vantage, Desperation, Lord, Prage. Sonny, what's up, Sonny? Vocaloid Lover says, trailer in 59 minutes. How are you, Tacho? I'm doing alright. How are you doing, Vocaloid? I mean, if you saw, I saw your comment on the Cynthia summons, which obviously could have went a lot better, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's take a look at some defenses while we wait for some more people. Okay, so we'll start over here. We have a minus 40, which, like, I'm not particularly concerned about this, because the way this guy wins is not going to be a common occurrence. So I've updated the defense a little bit for Dark Season. I actually did put Robin over there, which, the more I think about it, her being there is way more of a nuisance to the opponents with the way the ice tiles go. So, like, she's putting ice tiles behind Micaiah and Felix. So, let's say you were trying to warp in and start gale forcing me. If you break these structures and you warp a unit there, you try to attack Micaiah, the unit is going to be stuck. Because there's going to be an ice tile there, and then there's the fountain there. So, presuming you warp there with Celica Ring after you break this, somehow, the healing tower, you can only kill one unit, and that's it. Like, that's the end of your gale force. Or if you go up over here, you can kill Not, and then you can maybe kill Felix and Micaiah, but then you're stuck again because there's going to be ice tiles on those spaces. So, Robin's ice is just so bananas for defense. Like, it's pretty much a must-run at this point. Okay, but this guy, so he's going to try to bait with Erica. Erica's obviously kind of sus because I have Hardy Bearing on Felix, but he's going to manage to pull it off, and he's got Seteth for support. Of course, this guy is unbelievable with his refine. I cannot believe they gave a 3-star demote this kind of refine. It's just outrageous, right? Like, that's the type of refine you expect for a seasonal unit. Alright, so he's not able to really do anything on turn 1 because I have a bunch of obstacles. Alright, and then he is going to just swap around a bit and leave that space open for Felix to warp in. Let me make sure the animations are on, too. I don't know if I have them on right now. Okay, there we go. Alright, so check this out. Felix comes in. He's got Hardy Bearing, and he does a lot of damage to her. But she is able to live, and then she can start Vantage sweeping after this point. If Felix was just slightly faster, I could have avoided the double here. And then, if Felix had survived, if Erica couldn't double, then he would have warped, and he would have attacked air, and we would have won. But nah, he's getting enough speed support from Seteth that he was able to double. I don't know why so many people are down on this Erica either. Like, she's really good. I can't understand. People think she sucks. That's such a bad take. Like, you just have to build her a little faster, because her speed isn't the craziest, but you just take off Time's Pulse, you give her some kind of speed boosting C skill, you give her a speed boosting seal, and she should be fine. I don't necessarily think she's a unit that needs that much support to get going. Alright, Green says, finally Athos. I would love it if it's Athos. I don't think it's going to be him, though. If it is Athos, he would be colorless, I guess, right? Because he's going to have Areola. I guess they could make him red, too. They could do, like, a red 4-blaze Athos. That's possible. But either way, like, if it's him, that would be hella hype. Elite says, I'm still looking for Brave Alphonse. I've got the rest of CYL 8. Zeph Tato says, it honestly feels like he should get that, but it's so close. Oh, this guy, what happened here? He just gave up? he didn't even do anything. Yeah, so also the ice tiles are very important against Felix, because otherwise he can just break the ice and then move again. So I have the ice and the traps in the way. So Felix, he has to use one of his actions to break the ice, and then if he tries to attack either of these units, he's going to get hit by the traps there. So that's one way you can protect against Gale Forcing Felix. He is very good, though, for Aether Raids for Gale Forcing. Shadow Demon, what's up, man? Hey, Tacho, I know I shouldn't be concerned about it now, but I'm very worried about Faye after hearing the unfortunate news about Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. I don't think that has anything to do with Faye, honestly. Like, that game got end of service announced, which is inevitable, it seems. Pretty much every gacha is going to, or even just every mobile game is going to get end of service eventually. But I don't think that has any impact on Faye, because Faye is making way more money than that game was. So, like, that game, it was kind of... well, I don't know anything about it, so I can't really comment. But I would imagine the writing would have been on the wall that the game was probably not going to make it for much longer. I don't really see an ending point in sight at the moment for Faye. I feel like they could still keep going for a while. Cheto says, do you like to collect something? Not really. Not right now. I used to collect... I guess gachas count, right? I like to collect characters in gachas, if that counts. But in real life, I don't really collect anything anymore. I used to collect, like, TCGs when I used to play, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff. But that was a long time ago. God forbid anyone plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. I can't even imagine what that game is like right now. That's another Faye situation where it got way too complicated for its own good. All right, Brett Estes says, maybe he realized he couldn't win with Brave Felix. Maybe. Yeah, but he still could have gotten out of the way. I think he still had access to Felix's action there. It didn't seem completely hopeless when he gave up. He probably still had some kind of moves. Chris Marshall says, funny enough, I just threw reopening on my Lance near save Forsyth. Works well to keep warping Felix at bay with all the constant healing and DR. Yeah, near save Lances seem to be one of the better ways to deal with Felix. You gotta watch out, though, because he has adaptive damage. So if you're building a Lance near saver, make sure that they have maybe like close defense 4 or defense and res near save as opposed to attack and defense, because you're going to want to have good res to like try to bait him from near. Alright, so there we go with some defense replays. Alright, let's hop in. Let's start playing some of these modes now. Alright, we'll do RB first, I guess. Alright, this should be a pretty easy RB considering I've got the two best Gale Forcers here. Well, maybe not the two best. I think Gulveig is probably still the best, but I think maybe Sharena has been replaced by Felix. It's hard to say, because Felix does way more damage than her, but then she gets 2 extra actions, which can be very huge. So it depends. It's like, whichever thing you prefer, I guess, is what's going to end up being better. Alright, Satachi, what's up, man? We got Satachi in the house. That's pretty rad. Crimson 1M says, wait a sec, what would be Emblem Byleth in this game? Or what would an Emblem Byleth do in this game? Probably have Requiem Dance on his Emblem Ring, I would imagine. Like, after your unit attacks and procs their special, they dance an ally in 2 spaces. As for Byleth himself, like, what effects are he gonna have? I don't know. It could be anything. He does a lot of things, actually, in Engage. He's one of the more versatile Emblem Rings. Okay, this one looks a little interesting. Let's just break this for now, get out of the way, and then we can probably get a bunch of actions out of Sharena and Gulveig here. Emblems were a mistake. I don't know about that, because the way that the emblem rings work, I think are really good, and it's like one of the best power-ups you can get to your box if you're free to play. Of course, you have to summon the unit first before you can use the emblem ring, but if you're able to get them, it's just an infinite skill inheritance, basically, that you can just give to anybody. So the ring, I think, is really good. Of course, the problem lies with the fact that they're just making the ring effects way too OP. Like, Celica Ring is just... The warping is too much. Every unit should not be able to warp that far. It's just too much. And then who knows what the other rings are going to do. Like, when they finally do Emblem Edelgard, what is her ring going to do? Just extra action? Like, you get Blazing Storm? It's going to be ridiculous. Weeaboo Roy says, the game won't die until they've milked every possible legendary, ascended, attuned, rearmed hero they can possibly think of. I don't know about all that. Because I remember when Dragalia Lost died, I don't think they had finished everything they wanted to do. I mean, they tried their best to wrap up the story as best as they could. But I feel like there was still quite a lot left to go in Dragalia Lost before they had end of service. Norse says, yo, Tacho, did you see the Castlevania Dominus collection and the fact we got a new game in it? Oh, what? I didn't know there was a new game in it. Hold on. Wait a second. I gotta Google that right now. Castlevania Dominus collection. Okay, I've heard about the collection. I didn't know there was a new game, though. Let's see here. Alright, Dominus collection for Nintendo Switch. Oh my god, that's like the ultimate trilogy of DS games. The trilogy of Castlevania. So you get Dawn of Sorrow, you get Order of Ecclesia, and Portrait of Ruin. 3 amazing games. Okay, but what is the new game in here, though? Let's see. Yeah, this is fire, right? Like, oh, hold on, what is this? Yeah, I'm seeing something with Richter, or somebody who looks like Richter. I don't know if it actually is him. He looks like he's fighting a Medusa there. Or this could just be, I think that might just be Richter mode from Portrait of Ruin. Yeah, if you guys have never played the Castlevania games on DS, I would highly recommend you get that trilogy on the Switch. This is some of the best games I've ever played. You really can't go wrong with the Castlevania DS trilogy. The music is awesome, the gameplay is awesome, sprite work is some of the best ever. It's got, like, everything you want out of a game. Alright, Norse says it's like an hour long. What is an hour long? Charles says, I came back after 5 years without playing and I got scared. If you're talking about Faye, then yeah, I can understand why you might be scared about that. Alright, let's kill this guy. We can get the Dancer Veil if we get rid of this guy, so... we just get an extra action to add on top of all the actions we already just did. Alright, so whoever gets the dance... Oh, let's see here. Should we dance first? Yeah, let's actually dance first on Carla. So instead of her getting the dance, we could possibly get it on Azura. Okay, we get it on Sharena, which is fine. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy here. Alright, Zeftato says, I actually haven't finished Portrait of Ruin. Portrait of Ruin might be the worst one. And even that's not saying much, because it's still really good, right? Like, maybe it's not the best Castlevania game, but as far as DS games go, it's still, like, one of the best. Ichi says, huh, Sharena got an alt. No way Insys gave her some love. It's so damn late. It's cool that we got the Sharena Bride alt, and then we also got Brave Alphonse around the same time. So we actually have usable versions of both of them. Now all we need is Commander Anna to get something. And we can have, like, good versions of the Asker Trio. Satachi says, unrelated, but I just got 2 Brolys. Oh my god. In one multi, oh my god, in one multi? You got double Broly? That's crazy. I could not summon. I'm on global right now, so like, if you know about the sync and all the stuff that's been going on there, it's basically impossible to have any stones right now if you're on global. So, yeah, there wasn't really much I could do in terms of summoning for Broly and the trio. I just got done summoning for, like, UI Goku. I summoned for Beast Gohan and all the anniversary units, so I don't have anything left right now. It's just been banner after banner on global. We haven't had a time to recover. Nor says, Haunted Castle Revisited is a remake of Haunted Castle, the old Castlevania arcade game, but it has new stuff, new music, and new sprites. Yeah, from what it looked like to me, it just looked like Richter mode reskinned from Path of Radiance. Because I'm pretty sure the Medusa fight was similar to that from Path of Radiance. Right, like when you beat the game, or not beat the game, but when you go for the secret ending in Path of Radiance and you get the extra 4 portraits you can go in, I'm pretty sure you fight Medusa in one of them. So that's what it looked like to me anyway. Oh wow, we're actually ranking up in here. That's a first. Yeah, because I have some merges on Azura, so I guess that helps us. Alright, let's go for Arena Assault up next. Oh, wait, no, this is regular arena. We don't want that. Shadow Demon says, Tacho, by the way, don't know if you saw the indie part of the Direct, but there's a certain indie game that's finally coming to Switch, and I highly recommend trying it out. Can you guess which game it is? I don't know, actually, Shadow Demon. I didn't watch the Nintendo Direct. I heard they had a huge indie section. What are some good indie games, huh? Like, Cuphead is the first one that comes to mind. There's also, like, Bloodstained, but I don't even know if I want to consider Bloodstained an indie game, because it's still made by IGA, and it's very much in the same spirit of the IGA-vanias. Mr. Geo Martin says, what about Sword of Convaleria? I've never heard of that one, Tacho. For me, it's the successor to Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. Well, I've never played Final Fantasy Tactics. People say it's probably the best tactical RPG there is. Or like strategy RPG, whatever you want to call it. I should probably play that eventually. Out of all the Final Fantasy games, if I was going to play one, I think it would probably be that one. Or maybe like Final Fantasy VII, because I missed the bus on that one. I had PlayStation 1 back in the day, but I never played Final Fantasy VII. And I know that's like one of the more popular PlayStation 1 games. So like either that, I might play the remake even. Because I know they remade it for PS4 and like PS5. If you've played the remake for Final Fantasy VII, how does it compare to the original on PS1? Let me know in the comments. Because those are the ones I might consider playing if I was going to play any Final Fantasy. Alright, Nor says, no, it's not based on any of the DS games. Ichi says, did you see that the Animal Crossing mobile game is shutting down? Yeah, I saw that. Hope for Faye Copium. I don't think Faye is in trouble right now. Faye should be fine for a little bit. Alright, Ymir is kind of a threat. Huh. Alright, if it was possible, I would like to get rid of Leon here. I guess we can do like this. We're probably going to need to use the Dancer Veil here. But maybe not. Let's see. Oh, wow. Chrom can just body Ymir. That's not something I expected. Yeah, it's because she's not getting stat bonuses for close bonus doubler. Yeah, mages really need one of those Dragon Roar, like, curve shot type of specials where they can get non-pierceable DR. Because the best they've got is Flare, and Flare doesn't really work the best with Lagu's Friend. So hopefully they get their curved shot at some point. Derail says, I'd stick to OG Final Fantasy VII. Vocaloid says, I played the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's way different than the original. Yeah, because the original was like, it was like polygonal. Like, it had those old school 3D graphics that don't really look that good. Because that was when they were just starting to do 3D. Because they had moved on from sprites. And a lot of games from that era don't look good anymore. So, like, the games on N64, like Mario 64, Ocarina of Time... like, all of those classic games from that generation don't look good anymore. Because of the polygon sprites. Or polygon graphics, rather. So I'm sure the new Final Fantasy Remake looks visually a lot better, but is it better as a game is the most important thing. Zeph says, I think Cloud has a lot more character in the remake. That could be. They probably updated the story a bit, right? It's probably like Echoes, where Echoes is completely different from Gaiden. It's almost a completely different game. Okay, we have Setep there. Cyril. Okay, we got a 3 houses stand. There's quite a lot of those. G-Triot, what's up, man? Tasha, what do you think Insys won't give us a 300 SP AoE to aid in PvP modes? What do you mean by 300 SP AoE? Like, a 3-hit cooldown AoE as opposed to 4-hit? How would that aid in PvP, though? I feel like Breath of Life 4 and Divine Nectar just took a dunk all over AoEs for the most part. Dawn Patrol says, bro, you mentioned Ymir, and I immediately summoned Ymir on the CTL banner. Which one is CTL? Is that Choose Your Legends or something else that I'm not thinking of? Derail says it's not worth buying the remake because they sell it as sections of the game, like a disc, but you have to pay full price for each part. Oh, so it's like a part 1 and part 2 kind of thing? I didn't know that. Well, maybe that's reminiscent of the original, too, because, like, I think the first Final Fantasy VII on PS1 was a 2-disc game. Like, you had to... After you finish on disc 1, then you put the second disc in and you keep playing. If that's what they were going for, they took that a little too literally. Does anyone remember this game called Jade Cocoon? Because that was another game that had that, too. That game had, like... It was kind of like a Pokemon game, almost, on PS4. I guess that's like the best way I could describe Jade Cocoon. I don't even think anyone's played it, though. So, here I am talking about this game that is super niche. I don't think too many people played it or even remember it. But, yeah, Jade Cocoon was another one of those games that had 2 discs back in the day. Alright, Zeptato says not to be a square shill, but you could always play both. I guess I could do that. I don't know if I want to, though. Probably one is enough for me. Alright, let's get Edelgard out of the way so, like, Byleth can't warp and do shenanigans on us. Alright, Uwo says, I just wanted to say I deleted Faye months ago. I think this game has got insane with power creep. It feels like, as Fatal came out again, I hope you're surviving well. I mean, this game has always been notorious for power creep. It's not a new thing here. I'm kind of just used to it at this point. But I will say, I think the winter banner from this year with the 3 houses stuff was definitely the turning point. Because it felt like after that, units have just been doing way too many things. Alright, Zeptato says, after playing Genshin, a game with what I would call minimal power creep, for 3 years, I'm loving the power creep in Faye. It's cringe and horrible, but it's something to do. It's also funny and entertaining. I've heard a lot of people say this, that they play Faye just to see it spiral out of control. It's like a train wreck, and it's fun to watch the meta degenerate into nonsense. So, a lot of people just play and keep up with the game just to see that. Like, see how much worse they can make the game. Oh, Skymer. What's up, Skymer? Hi, Tacho. How are you? Just a reminder to tell you how amazing you are. Alright, come on, Skymer. You don't have to resort to flattery in here. Like, come on, I'm not any different from anybody else playing Faye. We're all players of the game here. We're like, there's no one special. No one has, like, any clout over anyone else. Oh, wow. Alright, Corrin kind of sucks now, doesn't she? Well, if I had better skills on her, she'd do a lot better here. Like, I could give her Insighted, I could give her Flared Sparrow, I could give her, like, Far Trace 4. And then she'd probably be able to kill some of this stuff. But, yeah, not looking too good right now. Even Sanaki, wow. Sanaki was one of the best DPSs at the time. Can't even kill anything anymore. Zeph says, I'm just waiting for the next Gulvig with 5 actions per turn. That's gonna... I mean, I don't know if it'll be Gulvig, but someone is definitely gonna have 5 actions at this point. Joshua Kelly. I don't think I'll ever be able to put this game down. I've been playing since launch, but maybe it's because I'm not crazy competitive. Yeah, I've been playing since launch as well, and I'm not gonna quit unless they actually just announce end of service. And it's not that I think the game is incredible or anything like that. There's definitely a lot of flaws here. But at this point, I've stuck with it for so long. Might as well just see it through to the end. Wow. Wow. That's a pretty badass doing, isn't it? I'm going to admit, I wasn't expecting her to be that sturdy. Alright, let's at least get rid of Camilla, though. Let's get her out of the way. Elite says, I've been playing the new DLC character from Uni 2. I don't know what that is. And I'm having more fun losing than playing Faye. Interesting. Yeah, what is Uni 2? What is that? Like Unicorn Overlord 2, I think is maybe. Because I've heard people say Unicorn Overlord is just a better game than Faye. And it's a strategy game also. Skymer says, I've been playing this game for 8 months, and I still feel like I don't understand team construction for Summoner Duels. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to even make a guide for that, because the meta changes on a dime. So I could release a video, a comprehensive team-building video for Summoner Duels right now. And then in the next 2 weeks, it'll be completely irrelevant. Because we're going to get a new banner with new skills and new passives, and anything I say in that video is just going to be hogwash afterwards. So yeah, like that's how this game works. Zerato Vilden says, I started when Male Grima's banner dropped. Oh, that was like one of the first Fallen banners. No, it actually was the first Fallen banner. Power creep can be handled with proper team building, just my personal opinion. Yeah, but keep in mind, proper team building also involves spending money and summoning and possibly whaling, right? So, like, it's not like we have access to everything we want. I've always made this analogy, but if Fire Emblem Heroes had, like, a Pokemon Showdown equivalent where we could just build whatever we want for free, the game would be so good, because there's a lot of depth here. At face value, the game itself is really fun, and it works really good. But once you get to the paywall and gacha stuff and all that, that's when it really starts to collapse. Alright, Geo Martin says, duo Edelgard and Gulvig with Infinity Heal first. Oh my god. Yeah, that could possibly happen. Edelgard dev doesn't know when to quit. So, yeah. I'm expecting the next Edelgard to just have like 1,000,000 actions. Probably Emblem Edelgard. Let's see here. What are we up against? Alright, nothing too crazy. Let's just grab whatever. I guess we could go with Felix for this one. Ichi says, Unicorn is very flawed. It's fun, but not a polished game. Most of it is spend menu toggling and very cheesy. Still a fun game. Zerato says, just be lucky. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'll just be lucky every single 10 banners that they drop a month. Your luck is gonna run out eventually, man. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get sniped. We could, but... yeah, because he's got Robin and Chrom and a Dancer. I think Ninian's gonna go first. Because she's the only melee unit. She's gonna go up. Robin will rally and then move up to there. And we're safe. I'm calling it now. That is my prediction. Okay, Ninian went in a different direction than I thought, but we're still okay here. Alright, now we can just body with Felix. Because this guy is so hardcore. Alright, JD says, I remember that first Fallen banner. Seeing a giant dragon show up on screen was sick. Dude, that first Fallen banner... because keep in mind, like, the Fallen banner theme is one of the sickest themes that they do. Just seeing, like, evil characters is really badass for some reason. And the way it was handled the first time, when we had no context about that being a possibility, that was so fire. That was one of my most viewed videos, too, back in the day. I think I had, like, 12K views on that video. For a trailer reveal, that's pretty good. Alright, Joshua Kelly says, Grand Blue players in the chat, too. I don't know much about Grand Blue Fantasy. I know about it, but I don't know anything further than the name and it existing. Zerato, just get the new unit you want every time. Free pull. It's not even that hard. Yeah, if you saw my summons in Pokemon Masters, it's not hard, guys. Just summon. Just get the unit. It's not hard at all. Alright, Elite says, Uni 2 is Under Night in Birth 2, a fighting game by Arxis and French Bread. Oh, didn't Arxis make, like... what was the name of that game? Did they make Astral Chain? Because I feel like Arxis is a very familiar dev team. Yeah, who made Astral Chain? If you guys remember, that's like a Switch game. I feel like it was Arxis, but it might not have been. Alright, what do we want to do here? I don't know if I want to use Alphonse against this one. Yeah, we'll just go for Gulveg. We'll just sweep right in one turn. Alright, Shadow Demon says, Tacho, I left the name of the game title in a previous comment in emojis to see if you can decipher it. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm not seeing the comment. We probably got to scroll up a lot to find that Shadow Demon, so I'm not going to do it right now. Alright, Zerato says, on release, I got 4 copies of Grima. I got him at +6 now. Currently waiting on an extra copy of Alphonse to give him some skills. Oh, dude, if you want to hear some old drama, I remember when that banner first came out, the original Fallen Heroes banner. If you guys remember Sage Master 15, he did a summoning on that banner. He went for a +10 on Grima, and he got it. But he used, like, orb vendors to get the orbs to do it. And the backlash on that was so heavy. I don't even know why. Like, people got so mad that he used vendors to get the orbs. And they were like, attacking him and stuff. I don't even know, man. And then it devolved into this massive, like, outcry against Sage Master. See, that's what people do to YouTubers. They wait for a reason to hate them, and as soon as they get it, they just, like, treat you like you're nobody. They want a reason to hate your guts. And as soon as you give them one, that's it. They just turn on you right away. It's rough being a YouTuber, ain't it? Alright, Zeph says that's such a non-problem. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't see a problem with that. So what? He used a vendor. Like, why? And then people got so mad at that. Acting like he killed their dog. Or he killed their grandma or something. Or whatever. Grape Juice says, I miss Sage Master 15. Yeah, he was one of the OGs. I'm one of the OGs too, believe it or not. Like one of the original Fae-tubers. Right now, I think it's just me and PM1 are the only two from day one that are still around. Because a lot of the Fae-tubers around right now, maybe they were playing the game since day one, but they weren't making videos since day one. So yeah, there's that to take in mind. We've seen a lot of people come and go. You guys remember Brotel? He was one of the GOATs back in the day. And then Brotel moved on to Dragalia Lost. Probably not a good career shift in terms of YouTube gaming. To switch from Fae to Dragalia. But yeah, I remember Brotel. I remember, Nat. I can't remember her full name. She had a YouTube name. N something. Oh man, if someone remembers and they can help me out. Nat was pretty cool. She did like a lot of Grand Hero battle clears free to play to help people out. Back when that actually mattered. When people cared about free to play clears on Grand Hero battle maps. Oh man, what was her name? Her YouTube name again? Like N Cider or something like that. Her name was Nat though. She was like a Filipino girl, and she did all these amazing GHB clears one turn, or not one turn, but like free to play. All right, there's a giant fly. Hold on, let me get the swatter. There is a huge fly flying around my face. I don't even know how this got in here. What the hell? Alright, he got away. I was gonna bop him off. Alright, sure. Alright, Kai Alter says you buy discounted orbs from a third party and get your account banned. Yeah, but nobody got banned. To my knowledge, nobody who used a vendor in Fae got banned. That was just like fear-mongering. Because there's no way for them to actually tell if you used a vendor or not. Alright, hold on. The fly is back. I'm about to bust some fly booty here. Alright, I got him. I don't know if you guys heard that. I got him with the fly swatter. Alright, take that, fly. Poor fly. He's just flying around minding his own business, and then he gets swatted. Alright, J Burb says, yeah, Akaris had a cool way of talking about the game. I mean, Akaris has a lot of... There's a lot of controversy about Akaris, but it's hard to deny that he's like one of the OGs, one of the GOATs. If people just didn't like the way that he did business. Because he had like, what did he have? Like a school for Fae? Like, you had to charge admission to go into his private Discord server, and he would like coach people and stuff. And like give them information and advice on Fae. I personally think like that's type of thing, like why would you charge people money for that, right? But at the same time, you gotta keep it real. You gotta respect the hustle. But like that's not something I would personally do. If I have advice about the game, I'm just gonna tell people. I'm not gonna keep it secret. Alright, we'll go for Emblem Ike on this one. We've got a lot of Ike's mortal enemies here. Like Leon and Camilla. So this should be fun. Alright, Zeph says, poor fly. Nothing, they've been so annoying lately. Yeah, flies are very annoying. Alright, what's annoying here is that we can't just one-shot this guy. Oh wow, we have Celica Ring on Satyr also. That's not good. Alright, let's go for this. We'll go for a dance on Ike. He still can't kill Leon, really. All right, then we can repo Soren to safety. I'm going to leave Ike right there so we can get, like, Breath of Life 4 on him, but Satyr is going to be very annoying here. Let's see what happens. Okay, Satyr comes in first. But Ike is him, so I think we're okay. All right, a lot of damage there. Oh, and then she gets the desperation. Are we okay, actually? We might not be. All right, yeah, just barely. 14 HP. Ooh. Yeah, that went really miserably. Yeah, so people who are mad about the Celica ring, it's mainly for Arena, like where it's really annoying to deal with. Because in Arena, of course, you don't have access to every character that you can use. You're just limited to whatever has merges. So, like, running into Brave Felix and, like, Celica ring and stuff like that in Arena is really unfun. Alright, Contro says, I only watch you, Zeshadow, Oblivion, PM1. Used to watch Akaris, but Akaris made the right move to quit. Bolganun says, hoping the banner tonight has Nurgle or Arven. I know it has Emblem Ike. I need Lagu's Friend and Close Bonus Doubler for my Rhea, or Rinea. Stopped playing last year. I need to modernize her. Oh, Sebastian, what's up, man? Sebastian Mendez Munoz. Hey, chat. Or Tacho. Does anyone know where to redeem the free CYL6 unit? The banner doesn't appear to me. Oh, I think that's only if you're a new player, you get to redeem a character on CYL6 for free. I think so. I'm not sure. Contro says Banner will have Tengu Mami. Oh, I didn't even think about that, right? Like, we could possibly get her. What was her name again? Perez Velger, I think, and then also Needhogger. They could possibly just be added as legendary heroes, I guess, because that's what they did with Atri. We thought Atri was going to be mythic, and then she ended up being legendary. So I guess it's possible. Alright, I think I want to go for Alphonse against this team here. They have a lot of scowl effects, but... Yeah, actually, do we want Ike or do we want Alphonse for this? Because, like, the scowl on these two, Byleth and Myrrh, are going to mess with Ike a little bit. But it's going to mess with Alphonse just as equally. I think we'll go for Ike. Why not? Because I also have Rally Spectrum on Ike here. Alright, let's just make sure. Which direction should we go first? Let's go this way so we can bait Guinevere and Camilla. I think that's probably the right call. Yeah, we'll just do this. And hopefully Ike doesn't get demolished. Alright, Boganun says, I saved up 240 orbs and bought the Fey Pass for the first time, so Emblem Ike will be mine. Yeah. He's one of those units you definitely want to get. If you don't have him already, then certainly try to pick him up. Zeph says the Tengu chick is pretty cool. Yeah, for sure. She's one of my favorite OCs from this book. Perez Velger. Yeah, she reminds me of Nyotengu from Dead or Alive. Alright, Vocaloid says, Ike is coming back, I'm broke. Oh, yeah, I might as well. We can take a look at the banner list. Hold on, let me pull that up. Of all of the characters getting reruns. Okay, so the characters getting reran on this banner, we have Emblem Ike on red. On blue, we've got Ratatosker, we have King Freyr, and then we have Nerthuz. Then on green, we've got Legendary Robin and Legendary Female Alir. And on colorless, we have Arvel. So those are going to be the reruns for this one. If anyone's interested in those guys. Okay, I wanted to warp there, but she's got warp bubbles, so we can't. Alright, we just got to take it easy. Give it a turn, I guess. Veronica says, Needhogger can be an option, but I don't think that will happen. So I think this month's legendary could be Alfred or Soren. Soren is so undeserving of getting a legendary. It's ridiculous, man. Soren ain't done nothing. I'm surprised he even got a Brave Alt. All of you Tellius people out there, how can you vote for Soren? As opposed to, like, Gifka or any of the other cool characters. Stefan would be awesome. If we had, like, a ranking of who the most popular characters are from Tellius, honestly, I don't think Soren even cracks top 10. Or at least he doesn't crack my top 10. Alright, Wafer says, I'd love legendary to be Karel. Oh, that'd be interesting. Just get, like, some versatility in there as opposed to just always doing MCs. Joshua says, oof, King Freyr on deck, yeah. He's gonna be on blue this time. Janaf needs to be in Fae. Yeah, Janaf and Ulki were so good in Path of Radiance. I remember Ulki had, like, insane evasion. There were so many good Laguz characters. Oh, man. It's such a shame that they only do the same ones over and over. For who knows why. I don't understand. Like, it's always Nyla. It's not to say Nyla isn't awesome, right? But, like, they always do Nyla. They always do Lethe. They've only given us one Kanegus, which is baffling to me. Timarn has a lot of alts. Nesala has a couple of alts. So I guess, like, those guys are more popular, but... What about the other Laguz lords? What about, like, Degincia? Why does he have only one alt? It's not even a real alt either. It's a seasonal alt. Okay, so we got Leegjarn, Edelgard, Core, and lots of armored units here. And then Alir. Alright, yeah, this looks like a job for Brave Alphonse. Alright, here we go. Let's just stack up a bunch of stats here. This guy is so fun to use. He's got to be one of the most fun units they've ever released. Just building up his stats is the most fun thing you can do. Okay, we could put him there. He would tank Edel. I'm pretty sure he has a good matchup against Edelgard, but in the event that he doesn't one-shot her, she's going to warp around and then start attacking my other guys. So, for the time being, we'll just play it cool. Alright, Shadow Demon says, Tasho, you think we'll finally get OG and Fallen Fafnir? That's a possibility, right? I think one of the Fafnirs was a red unit. So, it could be him, maybe. Bolganun says, at the end of the day, Faye is a product, and they gotta sell it, so Nyla and Lethe it is. Yeah, of course, the waifus, right? We can't get anybody cool. We can't get Degincia. We can't get Kanegus. Ain't nobody summoning for the husbandos. They know their audience. They know they only gotta sell waifus. Veronica says, if the younger siblings of Engage get legendary alts, it's going to be surprising. Yeah, because I've heard a lot of people say they think that it could be... what's his face for this one? Alfred? I don't know about all that. I don't know if I would be okay with a legendary Alfred. But I guess it's possible. I wouldn't be... I wouldn't mind the more important characters to get legendary alts, because... Of course, we have one for, like, in Fates, we have the Fates Royals as legendary alts. Like, we got Hinoka, we got Ryoma, we got Xander, and so on and so forth. So, like, I would imagine the characters from Engage, like the princes and princesses, they probably fall into that same category. I don't think it'll be Diamant tonight, but if it's him, I'm gonna scream. Yeah, Diamant would be cool. I wouldn't mind that. right, let's go for the dance here. We should be able to wrap this up. I can't imagine Alphonse having trouble here. Look at this guy's stats. 82 attack and defense. 72 res. Yeah, seems legit. Versus 39 defense. This guy is so fun. Alright, so there we go. We were able to clear Arena Assault now. We should be doing pretty good as far as score is concerned. Yeah, that looks like a pretty solid score. We're top 100, so yeah, it is. Alright, I don't think there's anything else left to do here, so we can just sit tight, pay attention to chat up until the actual trailer. Alright, so Vocaloid says, I still use them. Who are we talking about? Alfred? Elite says they can't drop Canigus because his name gets detected as a slur. That's not... Well, how did we get the first one then? Like, they already gave us Canigus. Oh, we got Japanese dude in here. What's up, man? Legendary Leanne, Legendary Racin, Legendary Nyla. I don't know about the Herons. Maybe Racin would be worthy of a Legendary. If someone like Hinoka can be Legendary, I don't see why Racin can't. And certainly Nyla. Like, the Laguz Royals, I think they could definitely be Legendary. But Nyla again, man, come on. Although, I guess I would prefer getting Nyla as opposed to somebody like Uller or whoever. Uller was the most random choice for a mythic hero. I still can't believe they did Uller. Out of all the possible characters they could have did from like the 12 heroes of Jugdral, they could have gave us Balder, they could have gave us Thrud, but no, they give us Uller, right? Like the literal who out of all of them. Is her mythic banner still up? I think it might have gone away. Yeah, I think her banner went away already. Alright, it is what it is. Legendary Pandreo Cope. Which one was Pandreo? I always get this confused. Like, there were two characters from Psalm in Engage that I always get mixed up. One of them is the chef guy, and then one of them is who I think is Pandreo. I can't remember. There's like a chef and a party animal. And they both look kind of similar. They got like the same color of hair. You recruit them at almost the exact same time. So they've blended together in my mind. Legendary Dorcas coming trust. I like how you said trust in that sentence. Like, Dorcas, the man who doesn't trust anybody. He's the one we should trust. Alright, Shadow Demon says, Tacho, I still want you to decipher those emojis. Okay, if we can find that post, I don't know. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. But I can't find it. Yeah, Shadow Demon, you probably posted that a while ago. So, post it again. I'll pay attention this time. Alright, Wafer says Panette's brother, I think. Oh, Panette had a brother? I don't even remember. I guess that's possible, right? Because Panette has the same hair color as one of those two. Pandreo was the good one you used. The other guy is the chef you bench. I didn't think either of them were bad necessarily, but in that same regard, when you're playing the game on Lunatic or Maddening or whatever the highest difficulty was, everyone just gets benched for the newest thing you recruit. Pretty much. G-Triet says, I wonder why Insys won't let us get floor skins for the Aether Raids or the home screen. Some of the designs are cool and it adds some fresh air to existing content. I feel like they should do that and just make it like a reward for free-to-play events. Like in Tempest Trials, why not have a map that we can put on the castle? Or like character backgrounds, because I don't have any of them. We can take a look here. I have none of the backgrounds besides the free library. Because I'm not about to spend money on them. But they're cool. I'm not going to deny that they're cool things to have. So I feel like more of them should be free to play and just like rewards you can get. As opposed to just doing accessories all the time over here. Like for... Okay, we don't have any legendary and abyssal or legendary and mythic maps up right now, but when you do the abyssals, they give you a golden accessory. Why not have like castle map backgrounds and character backgrounds as opposed to always just doing accessories? I think that would mix it up a little. Alright, Zerato says, Kagetsu is the only unit that consistently stays amazing since recruitment without grinding or feeding. I think it's criminal he's only a demote. I don't know about that. I would argue there were a couple of other characters that aged well in, in Engage. Like, Ivy, you get her about the midway point, and she remains good all the way through. Who else is there? Yunaka, you could say, is pretty good. Like, all of the dagger units you could just use for the entire game. Yunaka especially, because you get her the earliest. I remember I benched Yunaka for Zelkov, and I didn't regret it necessarily, but I was like always wondering, why did I bench Yunaka? Why didn't I just keep using her? Because at the time I benched her, she was like my best unit. And the only reason I benched her was just because I didn't want to have like 2 dagger types. But I might as well just ran all of them because they're all good. And then you get the other one too. Who is it? Marin, I think. The one on the wolf. Zeph says Yunaka's kind of a meme, but when she crits in a bush, it's such a dopamine hit. I wouldn't say Yunaka's a meme. I think she's genuinely actually like one of the better characters in the game. But of course, everyone loves her because waifu. Alright, FizzQ says, okay, chat, what's the funny prediction this time? Funny would be like Fafnir, I guess, like red Fafnir. Or like colorless fallen Fafnir, because I think it could be colorless also, it couldn't just be red. Peter Pig says, Faye has screwed over many units that were OP in the original game, nothing new. Yeah, there's quite a lot of examples of that. And in that same regard, they have buffed a lot of characters too. Like, Alencia has no business having the attack stats that she has. Where is Alencia? Hold on, because I remember in Tellius games, Alencia has like 16 attack. She does not have power whatsoever. But in Faye, of course, let's just give her max attack. Why not? With a super boon on attack. Sure. Legendary Gatekeeper, that would be fire. Maybe my Yunaka didn't get the strength roll she needed because her damage felt low outside of crit. Yeah, but in general, like, damage does not get you very... At least physical damage in Maddening on Engage didn't really go that far. Because they give you such low might weapons unless you're refining them. And then the enemies on Engage Maddening have such high defense that you really just can't kill them in one shot. You gotta rely on magic for the most part, which is why units like Ivy age so good. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pull up X now and start refreshing. Seems like the trailer could be at any moment, so let's start getting ready for that. Legendary adult Tiki. Can you imagine they do legendary baby Tiki again? And they like come up with some kind of mental gymnastics for that to be okay. And then she's just better than the refined Tiki that we're about to get. Okay, 1 more minute to go. Actually, I accidentally moved the mic there. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully I didn't make the audio bad by doing that. Alright, so here we go. We start refreshing now. Let's see what's up. Oh, wow. Man, I feel bad that I peeped it on YouTube before X because I ended up seeing the thumbnail. And what the hell? I called it. How did I call this? What is going on? Your boy Tacho with the insight here. Alright, no, let's not do that. Let's just have it. Let's just play it raw. Alright, guys, we are back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and of course, we've got a legendary trailer to take a look at. And I'm kind of mad that I peeped the thumbnail before clicking on the video, which is a problem with YouTube, but yeah, so I've been spoiled. It's legendary male Shez, so my thumbnail came true, apparently. I didn't honestly think it was going to be him, but I guess here we go. So, he's going to be a dagger infantry type. So, let's see here. 41 HP, 58 attack. He's probably got a brave weapon, so take that with a grain of salt. 48 speed, 33 defense, and then 30 res. Alright, so what do we got cooked up here with legendary male Shez? Okay, dual sword, 8 might, 2 range, -1 special trigger, brave attacking, even on enemy phase. Inflicts penalty on all stats for foes in 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit during combat equal to 4 plus the number of combat instances on the current turn times 4. That's very interesting. With a max of 12, and includes combat instances unit does not participate in. Battles on player phase and on enemy phase are counted separately. Does not include this current combat instance. So you just have him stand there menacingly, and he's possibly doing all stats -12 to enemies that are in 3 columns and 3 rows. Isn't that worse than Summer Goldberry? Goldberry will do like -12, but that's only to attack and speed, I think it is, or maybe attack and defense. She's not doing it like Spectrum debuff and not doing -12 that consistently. Now, you have to wait for a lot of combats to occur, so it's not like immediately going to be -12. But the longer the fight goes on, the worse off things are going to get, pretty much. Okay, also at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants a bonus to all stats equal to 5 plus the number of foes in 3 rows or 3 columns, centered on unit times 3, with a max of 14. Reduce damage from foes' first attack by 30%, including their brave hit. Nullifies effects that inflict guard and special acceleration, so he's got tempo. And then we have Dagger 7 also. Okay, that's very interesting. Alright, then he's got Ruptured Sky, speed, attack and speed finish 4. Shadow Slide, so brand new B skill here. Okay, unit can move to a space in 2 spaces of an ally that has entered combat during the current turn. Unit can move to a space in 2 spaces of an ally in 2 spaces. So he's got multiple ways to warp. If ally has entered combat during the current turn, unit can move through foe spaces. Oh, wow, he has pass also. Now, you know why they did that. So you could just give him Celica Ring and he's warping while passing. I don't know if you want to give him Celica Ring, though, because he already warps. Like, he's already warping to allies anyway. Okay, then also, if unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, inflicts attack speed and defense -5 on the foe. Deals damage equal to 20% of unit's speed. Reduce the percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. And reduce damage from foes' first attack by 7 in combat. And on brave hits. Yeah, so he's got non-pierceable DR there too. Interesting. Okay, and then Pulse Smog. So looks like a level 4 Pulse Smoke. Inflicts speed and defense -3 on the foe. And inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on the foe per attack during combat. Only the highest value applied. Doesn't stack. After combat, inflicts attack -7 and guard on the target and foes in 3 spaces of target. And inflicts special cooldown count +1 on those foes. And if unit initiates combat and the foe's attack can trigger foe's special, inflicts special cooldown count +1 on the foe before foe's first attack. Okay, so built-in scowl, basically. This is obviously very good. I'm pretty sure that this has no restrictions on it, because Pulse Smoke you can just give to everybody. So, if you weren't a fan of Res Wave D, that was C-Slot Scowl, you can just run this to get C-Slot Scowl instead. On everybody, too, not just on dragons, I would imagine. So, yeah, pretty good C skill. Pretty good B skill, and then his weapon seems pretty good as well. He's just pretty good all around. I don't know if he's a must summon, though. He seems okay. He doesn't seem like a must summon or anything like that. Okay, so here he is against Ectordeer. Of course, Ectordeer is like one of the tankiest melee types. And he is able to kill him, which is interesting. I don't know how much that matters. But okay, sure, he can do that. And then there he is warping a million spaces. He's going to be really good for Gale Forcing in Aether Raids, right? Because like he has Pass and Warp. So you have your Gale Force Initiator attack somebody, and then after their action ended, then he can warp in. I think that's probably where you're going to want to run him for Aether Raids like Gale Forcing. Alright, then we have the rest of the banner here. Okay, so what do we got going on? On red, we've got the new Shez. He is color sharing with Emblem Mike and also Fallen Lumera. Pretty good red pool, honestly. Actually, is it? Huh. Yeah, I would say, yeah, it is. Because he's got good fodder. He seems good enough to... I wouldn't recommend pulling for him, but, like, if you know exactly what you want him for, which is Gale Forcing, then yeah. And then Lumera is just a rearmed hero, so that's good. And then she's got good stuff, too. She's got good fodder. She's really valuable as well with the ability to reset terrain. Because whenever she moves, she sets up that big radius of stone tiles, which can be very helpful. All right, then on green, we've got Nurgle. We have Legendary Alear and then Legendary Robin. So Nurgle really boosting the value of that pool. Then on colorless, we've got... What was this guy's name again? Yukimura, I think. Yukimura, Arvin, and Arvel. Arvin and Arvel, interesting. And then finally on blue, we got Nerthuz, we got Freyr, and Ratatoskr. Yeah, besides, like, Nurgle and... Yeah, besides Nurgle, this doesn't really look that appealing, to be honest. I don't know if I would recommend people summon on this one. Which is good. Finally, we get a skip after being bombarded non-stop with banners. It's nice to finally get one that's just like a guaranteed skip. Okay, so you can Spark, of course, if you got the Fey Pass. Let's take a look at his kit one more time. Let's see. Maybe I'm underselling him. I think he's good. I just don't think he's a must. Yeah, so 8 Might, of course. He doesn't have effective damage against all types like the female one does. So... his DPS might not be on that same level. But then again, we say that, and he's doing, like, this crazy debuff here based on how many actions have occurred. So again, yeah, like what I said before, just play him for Gale Forcing, and he seems like that's where you want to run him. Because you're going to be able to, like, just get more instances of this to go off so he could get the full -12. He can warp without... worrying about warp bubble and things like that. The only problem, though, is that I'm kind of skeptical about, like, how much damage he's going to do. So let's say you're Gale Forcing with Felix. Felix is a melee type. He's going to attack somebody, and then you want to warp in with this guy. Obviously, the Farsaver is going to come into play there. So is he going to be able to take out units like Myrrh and Amelia and stuff like that? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. And then we could take a look at his beast skill again here. He's getting a little bit of protection. He's got 7 points of DR, and then he's got some DR on his weapon. I don't know, though. I don't know if he's doing enough damage is the problem here. If unit initiates combat and foes... Okay, so this is only if you initiate, you get the Scowl effect. It's not like Omni Scowl. Like, even on the enemy phase, you get the Scowl. That kind of blows. So only really, like, initiators are going to get value out of this, as opposed to, like, Res Wave D. But then again, you also just want to initiate anyway if you're running Pulse Smoke. So, yeah, very interesting. Yeah, he's one of those units that you would have to see in action and, like, use him a little bit to really get a feel for his matchups and things like that. But just out of the box, he doesn't seem like the craziest to me. is this impressive, him beating Hector Deer here? Like, I can't tell. Like, I know Hector Deer is really good defensively, but he wasn't getting any support at all. He wasn't... I don't think he was getting much to work with there. Yeah. Could be another fraud showcase, but I don't know. I'll let you guys be the one to decide. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So, take care, fellas. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new Legendary Shez. And I will catch y'all again on the flip side. Alright, so what do you guys think in the chat? Let's see. The built-in pass is so funny, though. Yeah, the pass is really good. I mean, he definitely needed that if he's going to play the way that he wants. Felix victim, Bernie victim, Emblemike victim, Vector victim. Any of these with supporting units dunk on him. Brave Hector. I don't know about Brave Hector. But yeah, probably Felix and Ike, I would imagine, have a decent matchup here. Pollo Wen says, oh, I thought you were saying he counters all of those. It doesn't look like that. It would be impressive if Hector Deer had full support, but with full support, he'd clown on Shez. This banner is a skip. Arcbird, the biggest crime of the trailer is them using Swear by My Sword for the millionth time. Please use another Three Hopes song for Pete's sake. I wasn't the biggest fan of the soundtrack of Three Hopes, honestly. It had like one or two bangers, but for the most part, I just felt like I liked the original Three Houses songs better. Which is a complete opposite factor from Warriors 1, where I thought all of the remixes were pretty fire in that game. I don't know, I just liked Warriors 1 way more than Three Hopes. But that's just me. Alright guys, I think we're going to call it there. I got to go make the thumbnail now, so thanks to everyone for hanging out with me, stopping by and checking out the trailer. This is your boy Tacho signing out, of course. So tomorrow we'll be back. We'll take a look at the data mines for Shez and the restrictions for Pulse Smoke 4, essentially. And that'll be that. So take care, have a good night, and I'll see y'all